Hey, beautiful people. It is May the 16th, 2013 at 11:23. I'm going to do this video in the shade today and see how it comes out. The sun's getting a bit hot, warming everything up with the X flares. Um, we got a 60% chance of having another X flare today that would be directed at Earth if it occurs with these sunspots that have been popping off the last ones. Anyway, I've had a feeling to do a video on um, clearing versus just reliving the same old crap. um, I'm seeing several different persons who are going through their clearing process. Let me see if I can stabilize this screen a little bit more. Who are going through their clearing process and definitely going through their ascension. But they're constantly reliving the same old crap. They're doing things in old ways that we used to uh, handle situations previously in the old 3 and 4D worlds, more the old 3D worlds. Um, Clearing, when you really start understanding what clearing is about, it's about a different way of perceiving what it is that you're having to clear. Granted, we have relationships in different instances in life that that generates something within our life that we do not really care for emotionally, which has caused the lower vibrations and the crap that we need to clear. It didn't go the way that we wished it to go or intended it to go. But in real clearing, you have to learn that these were all lessons and they were there for your life experience so that you could experience it, um, to choose direction within your life experience and either get in the middle of that or release it, let it go, decide that you do not want to experience that. Our old way of doing things said, oh, poor, pitiful me, look at what's happened to me, and this victim uh, being victimized, it's all being done to you. And that is how we live the drama of 3D life. And misery loves company. And it's just like the little old ladies that, you know, like our grandmothers that would get together and gossip, talking about everybody else and poor, pitiful me. I got this ailment and that ailment, and they'd come together. Oh, I got one that might beat yours, and and that misery really loves company. And there are several persons I see going through their ascension process that is still holding on to that way of being, that is looking for company in their misery as they're going through their focusing of the issues that's the crap within their life. But when you see that glass is half empty, when you see the things as being done to you, when you constantly look and perceive those things that you wish to clear as crap that just is, then you can't clear it. You're constantly reliving those experiences in the lower vibrations. In order to truly clear it, you've got to see it as the cup or glass half full. And better to be an overflowing, bubbling glass of champagne, and you're thankful for what you went through. You haven't got to go through it again, and you can actually live it and learn the lesson from it and experience it and release it and let it go. We can't change the past. We can change our viewpoint on what has occurred in the past. And in order to clear, that is exactly what we have to do. We have to look at what we're trying to clear in a different way, and we're having to express ourselves in that event in our life, or those events in our lives, those relationships that just didn't work out. And we've got to give it gratitude, and we've got to say thanks for it. We've got to send it unconditional love and try to look at the love that you gained from it, or the experience that you had from it, in a good way, to either love what it was you experienced, or to love it and release it and say, you don't want that anymore. and, so, and I'm not going to go through that crap again. And so anyway, that's looking at the glass half full rather than half empty. And you can see it in a loving way rather than getting down upon what it was that you experienced, that traumatic instant in your life, that emotion. To clear it, you've got to be able to give it gratitude. You've got to be able to say thank you for it. And in that way, you can lovingly release it. These energies, energy in motion, emotion, the quantum level crap you're clearing, that is all magnetics. And at the root of it all is nothing more than viewpoints, magnetics, emotions. And it is that, in order to raise your frequency, you have to be okay or appreciative or in gratitude, or lovingly let go, even though you might have been caught up into the crap of those things that you wish to not have those feelings for in your life. You have to totally view it all in a different context, a different way of perceiving what it was and what it's all about. And there are many light workers and persons going through their ascension process right now that are just constantly reliving these old things, because they're doing it in the same old way, going, poor, poor, pitiful me, look at what I'm going through. And they're not really clearing it, because you can't clear it when that is the way that you look at it. As long as you are feeling that victim, you're going to continue to be that victim. And projecting your victim state upon another is not a cool thing to do. Persons have asked me about my clearing and what I do. Usually I get very quiet when I'm going through clearing, whether it's of my own or whether it's through humanity, because I understand that vibrations attract other similar vibrations. And I definitely, when I'm going through my clearing, don't want anybody to be experiencing that which I am clearing, whether it's my own personal stuff or whether it's for humanity. So I kind of go off and hide sometimes. Some people need others in their clearing process, because they need the understanding of what it is that they themselves are doing and going through in their clearing process. And they need that support. But many times when those of us that are determined to hold the higher loving vibration, many times we get asked to consider another situation, and we'll try to help. We'll try to do the best we can to help another person to see how to do their clearing and see what they're going through. But when the individual wants to constantly see the cup as half empty rather than half full, in that old poor, poor, pitiful me way of looking at things, sometimes we have to kind of pull back from them and love them. It does not mean because we don't engage with them that we do not love these individuals. It just means that we're not willing to keep our vibration in a lowered state of being that the other individual wishes to maintain themselves, because they're not seeing that glass is half full rather than half empty. That simple viewpoint on how you look at things, it changes your whole vibration. Is it an experience that you have had to be able to live life, to decide what it is you wish to have or what it is you don't wish to have? Or is it something that's just being done to you, the victim scenario? And so, you know, therein lies the difference in the vibration in perceptions, and whether you're just whether you're really clearing things, or you're just constantly in a state of reliving it from doing it in the same old way that you've done all throughout this lifetime. Now, in order to have a magical, synchronistic, wonderful life, you have to hold the higher vibrations. You have to keep your focus in those higher vibrations, in that state of love, gratitude, unconditional love, appreciation, and it's that state which keeps you in the heart and in your bliss. Many persons are saying that they're in their heart, but they're in this poor, pitiful me way of being. And, well, I guess you could say you're feeling your emotions from your heart from that point, but you are not being in the highest vibrations of your heart you can possibly be. That is a personal choice, and requires our personal mastery as to how we perceive things, how we look at things, how we feel about things, how we experience things. And it is those perceptions that show you or show others or emanates a higher or a lower vibration. So anyway, this isn't going to be a long vid today. I've just seen this from several different areas here lately, and have experienced the same old, living through the crap myself, and that is why. And I've also experienced the bliss of ascension mastery, of activation of my heart chakra, and of holding that vibration. And it's because of my experiences of both worlds that I can actually make my statement here with confidence that, we're all doing this to ourselves, and it is a personal choice as to how you experience your life and which do you wish to choose. Having that glass half full, or really, as you activate your heart chakra, an overflowing glass, champagne, just that bubbling up from the heart. Oh God, I'm in so much bliss and love. Or to experience this as hardships and as poor, pitiful me. It's a personal choice, and I've been on both sides of it, and that's why I'm making this video, to try to explain a little bit to many people who do mean a lot to me, but who think that I might be leaving them, which I'm not, as I step away, because I don't want to constantly experience the lower vibrations that these persons are intending on holding by living in that glass half empty scenario. Anyway, it's a personal choice where we choose to be and hold our energies and our focus, and that is our personal ascension mastery, and nobody is doing these things to you. And if you're in a situation that you don't like, you have the full freedom to change it. It might be a difficult thing to leave that situation. It might be a difficult thing to get out of the relationship, or find a different job, or move from wherever you are, or go to wherever you find that calling and that bliss. But it's a personal choice, and we each have to make those personal choices. And some people just wish to hide and continue in that misery because it is that's familiar to them. And doing something new, taking those steps into new adventures, that can be pretty scary for some people. But it's a personal choice as to where we we choose to stay. And so, anyway, that's enough for this vid. Bye for now. Love you guys.